I adore this game. I really do. I've been playing it for like 10 years now. Basically half my life almost. And throughout that whole time, I've never really imagined this game having a movie adaptation. Especially because how do you make a movie about a game that's basically virtual Lego? I never had to worry about that question until a year ago when the movie actually was announced. And this was after the wave of really crappy live action movies. I really did think that the Minecraft movie would be another. But I'm a much bigger fan of Minecraft than I'd like to admit. So I know for a fact that the writing team is actually pretty good. Look at their YouTube content. Some of their series, it's pretty funny. So if the writing team for that stuff was gonna be part of the movie, then I had some sort of glimmer of hope. Then the trailer came out. A common sentiment from the trailers was, I cannot tell if this is gonna be the best thing ever or the worst thing ever. And that was the thing that sold me, because I wouldn't have watched the movie otherwise if I felt any other way, because oh my god, it's live action. We don't need another live action movie. The Lion King did not need 2 of them. Okay, so I just finished editing most of the audio for this entire video. I realized more than half of it's just trashing it. It does not deserve that, honestly. This movie's, it's fun. It's so much fun. And most of my negative rambling is about the plot. Don't go into this expecting a plot. I did. And most of what I say during this video is more like a first reaction. As I was walking out of the theater, I was writing the script down, basically. Don't go into this movie expecting a super heartfelt, emotional, powerful plot line, okay? It's Minecraft. It's a silly game and a silly movie, okay? That being said, if you do want to hear my negative thoughts about this movie, feel free to watch ahead. If you want to skip to the positive stuff that's at here, just do that. I really do need to watch this movie again, stream it or something. Now that I have all expectations thrown out the window, I feel like I'd enjoy it more now. But these are my first thoughts. Have fun. Another question that popped up about the trailers was, why are they dressed like that? They all look kinda crazy. I heard one real good comment that said oh, they're dressed like that to show the diversity of the new skins in the game. And I was happy to believe that. No, they just look like that. So the movie follows 2 kids, Natalie and Henry. After their mother sadly passes away and dad's out of the picture, they have to move to some middle of nowhere town in Oregon. That's these 2 kids. Jason Momoa is a washed up celebrity, basically. He's basically clinging on to the fact that he won Video Game Champion of the Year in 1989, and assuming this is modern day, that was 30 years ago, he's basically an old man. Jason Momoa's gamer tag, I guess, he is self-proclaimed as Garbage Man. They call him Garrett. I'm just gonna call him Jason Momoa. The 4th and final sort of overworld character is Dawn. She's basically Nat's real estate agent, friend, parental figure. She doesn't really have much of a character arc, honestly. She just sort of gets sucked into the plot. Speaking of the plot, the movie doesn't really emphasize it much. And I bring up these characters because a lot of the character motivations are off. They're off. The entire reason why all these characters are stuck here in the first place is because this cube thing broke. And basically they meet up with Steve, and all the overworld characters tell them they want to go home, and Steve tells them, okay, there's one replacement for that cube thing that you just broke. It's in a woodland mansion. So, goal is to get to the woodland mansion. Yeah, that's it. Henry gets pissed off at Jason Momoa because he wanted to steal some diamonds so he could get rich in the overworld. And Henry actually he crashes out. Oh my god, you're selfish. We just want to go home. Why are you doing this? But Henry seems pretty fine with being in this world. I mean, he showed no signs of actually wanting to leave. He's the only one that's thriving in this world, building stuff, actually. If anything, it should have been Natalie crashing out at him, but she gets separated from the boys a couple minutes before this scene. Another time where these character arcs really aren't prioritized is Natalie, sadly, because she has something going for her at least. There's a scene where she talks to Dawn about struggling with this new adult life that's been thrust onto her. She just wants to be a kid again, but now she has to move to a random town, has to get a job, has to basically be Henry's guardian for this whole time. And it's a pretty strong scene, but that problem never really gets resolved at the end. At the end of the movie, she does get a job that she's pretty into, but that internal conflict doesn't get issued? Like, brought up ever again? There is an overall larger conflict with the Minecraft world and the Nether. I'm not gonna get into that again because Unfortunately, this movie does suffer from the what I call things just happen syndrome, where things just happen. Settings change, people do things not because the plot demands it, but mainly, for this case at least, to show off more features of the game. And I can pretty safely say that everyone going into this movie knows about the game. Like, it's the most popular game of all time. How could you not know about this game? But I would be curious to see someone who has never played this game watch this movie. Because I don't think they'd either A, be able to follow along, or B, not be interested in it. Because it really does feel like things just happen for the sake of it. There are a lot of moments where the movie goes, oh, shoot, we have a plot line. Let's get back to the plot line. And it's Jason Momoa again, I swear. There's a scene where they get split up at this point, but there's a scene where Steve, Henry, and Jason Momoa, they get out of like a really intense scene in a cave. They're back on the surface. And out of nowhere, Jason Momoa just starts yelling at 14-year-old Henry about how broke he is. This movie does try to have a heart and convincing story arcs, but I think it gets way too caught up in showing the Minecraft world to fully develop that. And as bad as all of that plot stuff sounds, it's not that bad, honestly. So let's get to the good, because my god, this movie is so campy. God, this movie's so dumb. That's the biggest strength this movie has. It's the humor, it's the writing, it's so stupid. The Minecraft writing team has always been loose with their humor, like very dry humor. The marketing team, the writing team, and they all knew exactly what they're doing, and I'm so happy that the audience caught on to that. Right from the bat, there were so many like mimetic scenes given to us by the trailers, movie clips, all of them Jack Black. You know them, the chicken lava, that chicken jockey. I swear to God, when that chicken jockey scene showed up, half of the audience just started cheering. It was so... I felt like everyone was in on the joke except for me. Like, what is happening? And I could say the same thing about this whole movie in general. Everyone knew how dumb it was going into it. The audience started triumphantly cheering when the movie started, and they all applauded when the movie ended. Like, oh my god, we actually like this movie? Huh? And that's actually saying a lot, considering my theater, at least, was mainly families, not like people my age just goofing around, trolling with them. Right at the start of the movie, Jack Black says, "The children yearn for the mines. As a child, I yearned for the mines." Like, are we... I'm seeing this on the big screen. There's no way. There were probably so many times throughout the production of this movie where Mojang just looked at each other like, there's no way Hollywood is gonna let this slide. And they did. I feel like... I saw a comment about this movie that said that the Minecraft movie was a corporate-funded meme. I could not agree more. And that makes me actually kind of appreciate how cheesy this movie can get, because again, the movie knows that it's being cheesy and it pokes fun at it. This film is mainly for the fans. I can't deny that. There is a lot of, what is it called? Fan service in this? Yeah, fan service. There's a Dan Tedium feature right off the bat. You get to see... You're just watching Jason Momoa crash out about how broke he is. Again. There's a Technoblade tribute. I'm sure you've seen that. Jeb _, the lead developer of the game, is a waiter. Waiting Jennifer Coolidge and a Minecraft villager. Like, do you hear what I'm saying right now? Honestly, some of the best comedic scenes, some of the best just scenes in general in this movie are the Jennifer Coolidge scenes. Like, oh my god, they're so funny. I'm not even gonna spoil them. I'm sure you know the plotline already with the date with the villager, but oh my god, she oh my god, it's so dumb. And yeah, there is a during credit scene that also involves her. It was the best. It was the best. I don't like saying the best scene in the movie is like at the end, but like, man, that was great. The whole theater was just shocked. This video game is the biggest game or most sold game at least ever. And there's no argument that this movie's gonna be one of the biggest of the year. But I still feel like it's criminally underrated in a lot of aspects. There's so much charm and detail and love in this game and this movie, and it really shows. If you know, you know. I feel so weird actually loving this thing, and I feel so happy people actually like the movie. I heard a lot of people saying after the movie ended, like, oh no, it was actually pretty good. I didn't think it would be that good. I didn't think it would actually be that good. I saw like a YouTube review of the movie beforehand saying like, oh, it was actually not that good. And then I saw another YouTube thumbnail that said, oh, this movie sucks, but that's okay. And all this was like an hour before I had to go see the movie. I already paid the ticket on Fandango. I was already dressed up. I was planning to go. I was like, oh, there's no way. This movie's awesome, man. Go watch it. Go watch it in theaters, first of all, just to get the novelty out of the way. Then, if it ever appears on streaming or DVD or whatever, watch it with your friends, drunk, high, unsober, basically. That's the best way to watch this thing.